Hey, my loves, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, not Married to Medicine, Jesus. Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 12 review. So we pick up where last week's episode left off with Jacqueline crashing Karen's Love Lagoon party, and Karen immediately freaks out and was like, Jacqueline, get off my property. You're uninvited. Leave. Okay? You must go. And Jacqueline sitting up here talking about she come in peace, she come in love, but she brought 8 balloons for Karen's 8 citations. Meanwhile, Mia, oh, hocus pocus looking ass sitting over there. Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny? Meanwhile, everybody else looking like, what is going on? This is a mess. What is she doing? This is tacky. It's not even landing well. And everybody thought that it was just rude and insensitive. So Mia up here telling some she came with love, Karen. She came with love. And it was obvious that she set Jacqueline up to do it. It was so obvious. Karen once again tells Jacqueline to leave. And she finally gets her to go off her property. Mia and Ray escort her out, child. It was a flop of a moment, honestly, because it was just like, why? Like, it's obvious that she is trying her hardest to maintain a spot on this show. And to be honest with you, she doing a lot more than Kiana and Jazzy, because they ain't did much of nothing this season. Like, Kiana ain't did much of nothing but get chastised by that ugly man she over there dating. And when she yelled at Ashley about her forehead. And then Jazzy ain't did much of nothing either. Like, she started off strong, but she didn't like fade into the background. She ain't even on the cast trip, is she? I don't think she was there. So at least Jacqueline is doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I guess after that, when they get back to the crib, Ray in the backyard talking to the mermaid, talking about, did someone lose their tail? We ain't even had time enough to get in the pool with y'all. Ray, if you don't sit your rickety, raggedy self down somewhere, don't nobody want to get in the pool with you and your wrinkled gray hair. You old, nasty geezer, you. Just nasty. Like, and this is what makes me know, like, he probably be out here messing with other women. Karen probably be out here messing with other men. They probably got a little understanding of something going on, because it's obvious that Ray likes the young gals. All right. Karen says that Mia used Jacqueline as her mouthpiece, and she does. She puts Jacqueline up to doing her little dirty work. Mia admits to the group after being asked that she did know that Jacqueline was going to come. Thomas, she wasn't going to stop her. Of course you wasn't going to stop her, because you the one that aided her to do it. Obviously. So they head on the trip, everybody at the airport, and Karen and Jizzy have a little moment at the airport where Karen tells Jizzy that it's time for an OG check. It's time for an OG smackdown, because Karen didn't had enough of Mia and Jacqueline. And Jizzy co-signs, and she was like, we got 3 days to get busy. Okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3, hut. Like, the OGs have come together to take down Mia and Jacqueline. And I'm actually low-key here for it, because we don't ever get to see Giselle and Karen team up. Have we ever had a Karen and Giselle team up in the last 9 seasons? I don't recall. But I have to say, this is Giselle's best season ever. Best season ever. Will I ever forget all of the nasty, vile, horrible things that she's done in the past? Absolutely not. I will never go up for her. I will never stand for her. But this is the Giselle we have wanted to see. Wanted to see from the beginning. Actually, no, I'll say her first season, she wasn't that bad. But after her first season, it just went downhill from there. Even though I know she putting on a farce, because this is not the real, true Giselle, this is her best season thus far. So, on the way from the airport to the resort, they're all in a Sprinter talking, and Ashley tells Stacy that the chemistry just isn't there between her and T Gay. Yeah, I'm not going to call him TJ anymore. His name is T Gay, okay? Now, mind you, this conversation was brought on by Stacy, because Stacy want to know why people feel the way that they do about her relationship. Girl, the chemistry ain't there between y'all. Okay. It's just not. Okay. You and TJ are like kissing cousins. It's gross. Stacy then calls out Kiana for laughing at them at the Love Lagoon when they shared a kiss, and Kiana said that they shared a Christian kiss. And they showed us the replay of the kiss, and he did not want to kiss that lady. He did not want to kiss her. He barely touched her lips. It was so quick. Now, Stacy at this point in her confessional is getting sick of everybody coming for her relationship and say that they need to worry about theirs or their lack of relationships. And I was like, well, girl, you in the same boat because you ain't in a relationship. You're just simply not in a relationship. You are a man in the mirror by yourself. And she then goes on to tell the girls in the sprinter, she was like, I can't be in a relationship right now. I guess because she's still legally married and going through a divorce. Well, if that's the case, why are you dating him? Why are you pursuing him so hard? If you can't be in a relationship, leave it alone. Because there's nothing there but air. Like, we don't get it. Like, you're a contradiction, Stacy. Like, you look crazy. And I hope by the reunion you got it together and left this man alone. So Ashley says that she really likes Josh, that they went out to dinner the night before and he drove her to the airport. So Mia, of course, put 2 and 2 together that he stayed the night. And she says that, yeah, honey, they did the dude. It ain't the first time. And you know, Ashley, the type that's gonna move quick. I wouldn't put it past Ashley that she didn't smash him the night they went on that first date. And she say that it's good, honey. The sex was good. She say she ain't like nobody this much since Michael. And I was like, I figured she put that old Wuthering Heights coochie on that boy. Gross. It looked like she just having sex with an older version of Dean. It's weird. And Wendy tells her that she could do better than Jack Harlow. I mean, I think he cool for a good time, but not for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we really don't know a lot about him. He seemed like he a cool person, but I don't know. They get to the house, the resort, and they have 3 villas that the ladies will be staying in. And Wendy decided to put Karen in the same villa as Jacqueline. And she said that she did it on purpose because she wanted chaos, and chaos she does get. At dinner that night, Jizzy tells Jacqueline that she was wrong for coming to Karen's house. Ashley in her confessional says, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Because do you not remember when we pulled up at Karen's house with them pizzas, nigga knocking? And I get what Ashley's saying, but at the end of the day, when it comes to Giselle and Karen, there's a rapport there. There's a long-standing friendship there. There's no deep-seated hatred or anything like that between them. So Karen let that slide. When it comes to Jacqueline, she's new. Their friendship is new. You've crossed that line with me where I don't F with you right now. So don't show up to my house when I did not invite you, period. And then on top of that, being funny. Y'all was just trying to figure out whether or not Karen actually lived in that house. Okay? So it was actually refreshing to me to see Giselle have Karen's back and to see them teaming up against the other girls. Jacqueline says it wasn't like that. She wanted to release the weight of the 8 citations and she came in peace. And Karen says, you trespass at my home, which I don't take lightly at all. And I've begun the process of pressing charges against you. Now, is Karen doing the most? Yes. Did she really press charges? I doubt it, but it's obvious she's doing that as a scare tactic to let this girl know that she's not playing with her, but it's so funny. Then she goes on to say that it was illegal for Jacqueline to release the balloons in the air because, you know, the government don't like you to do that because of global warming and all of this stuff. Baby, I hollered. That's how you know that she wasn't being serious. So Mia was like, I mean, there was worse things she could have did. And Giselle was like, but why? Like, what would she be getting out of that? And I was thinking at this point, are we going to get a Karen and Giselle duo at the reunion? Are we going to get a team up? Never in reunion history have we had Karen and Giselle being on the same side of things. This might be epic. So I think Stacy was the one that asked Jacqueline who gave her Karen's address. And Karen was like, girl, it's obvious that Mia the one that did it. Duh. Mia denies it, but we all know she did. We all know. So then Giselle decides to confront Mia for bringing up her daughters. Now, in the news today, it was reported that Giselle and Mia both asked production to edit out Mia repeatedly calling Giselle's daughters whores. Okay? They said that she did it several times, and they both went to production and asked for it to be edited out. But what I'm assuming is, in the interviews that the cast have been doing as the season has been playing, we've seen Giselle, we've seen Wendy, we've seen Ashley all say in interviews that Mia did something that was unforgivable and made them look at her in a different way. I'm assuming that it was her calling Giselle's daughters out of their names, especially when, kids are off limits, but then you calling them out of their names, right? So this is what I'm assuming 9 times out of 10 that they were talking about, and why they will never look at her the same, especially after seeing the teaser for next week's, or not next week, the week after next episode. And if she was in fact doing that, that's flat out wrong, because those girls don't deserve that. Teenage girls, teenage boys who ain't sneaking somebody in the house when they mama out of town. That don't mean that they some, slores just because you and Jacqueline was out here tag teaming and eating coochie. Like, that don't, no. And that was wrong. Now, Giselle need to eat her up like she tried to eat Candace and Wendy up, and all the vitriol that she had for them just for the faces that they made. Yeah, honey, I'm gonna need for you to slide on Mia the way you was sliding on them. Okay, we need all of that energy. So Mia, however, does not back down for what she says. She stands on business. And Wendy jumps in and was like, Giselle and DR, you bit my head off when you thought I made a face about your daughters. And Giselle was like, I'm not going to compare the two. And Wendy in her confession was like, okay, I see you. It's a double standard, because when you thought I made a face, it was World War II. But when it comes to Mia, there's a conversation. Now, Giselle does say at that time, me and you weren't cool. Me and Mia actually had a friendship or whatever. I still call cap on that. I still call BS, because I don't care if we cool now, cool then, cool later. I don't care. Don't call or bring up my kids, period. I don't care who you are. So I agreed with Wendy on that one. Mia then begins to cry and play victim and says that she's doing the best she can to navigate herself as a mom, and they don't understand how hard it is, because on a daily basis she has to navigate her life based off whatever page G is on. And her sentiments really do strike the group, and everybody was like, dang, that is hard. Even Karen was like, well, look, let us help you. Wendy offers her assistance, her help, her whatever. So the next day, everybody is eating breakfast, preparing to have, their day out, shopping, eating, and all that stuff. And we find out that Mia is stressed out because Gordon apparently went over to Jacqueline's house where their kids were staying with a nanny, and took the kids, because he didn't want the kids over there with this nanny, and took the kids, and instead of keeping the kids, in less than 24 hours, he drove the kids 4 hours away to be with a previous nanny that they used, and did not tell Mia. Mia is like, what is going on? Why would he do that? I'm stressed out because I don't know where my kids is at. Like, what are you doing? Do I feel bad for her? Yeah, because that's her children at the end of the day. And this is a sign of one of his manic episodes. And, it showcases and highlights the severity of his mental health. And when he gets into, these manic states. But God don't like ugly, Mia. God do not like ugly. God do not like ugly, and he will whoop you in ways that you never imagined. You up here being nasty and rude to people and doing all this messy mess and living your life the way you living. Like, girl, there are repercussions for the things that you put out in this earth. And once again, not to say that what Gordon did was right, because obviously it's wrong. But girl, I can't really feel sorry for Mia, because she's just a trifling person at the end of the day, you know. And I understand that it's hard dealing with somebody that is manic depressive, but I don't agree that everything is Gordon's fault. I'm just not going to go there. Everything ain't about him having a manic episode. Okay? You need to deal with the pot you pissed in. You got with a married man. You got with him because he had money. And now you have to deal with the repercussions of who you married. Same thing with Kim. Kim got with Kanye because Kanye was Kanye. Kanye was one of the biggest rappers. Kanye had the clout, the money, the fame, everything that she wanted. The fashion, career, all of that stuff. Kim was a reality star. And she wanted the glitz and glamour of it all. And she got it along with a manic depressive bipolar person that drove her crazy. Same thing with Mia and Gordon. So it's like, I can't really feel sorry for you. I really honestly can't. Cannot. Overall, I'm going to give this week's episode of why I keep on saying Married to Medicine, Jesus? Real Housewives of Potomac, a B+. It was a good episode. Not the best, but it was still good. Next week episode look like it's going to be really good. I'm excited. Not next week, because it don't come on. We got the next episode like it's going to be really good. You guys let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Please make sure to thumbs up this video. Oh, you guys, don't forget this week, because there aren't really any shows coming on over the next 2 weeks because it's the holidays, I will be rolling out my best of 2024. So I have my favorite YouTubers of 2024, my favorite TikTokers, my favorite movies, television shows, the best dressed celebrities of the year, worst dressed. What else I got? Oh, I got the best of Keisha's theater. Yes, coming for you guys. I have so many of the videos that you all have requested that'll be rolling out over the next 2 weeks. So get ready like Freddie. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.